Good evening, greetings from the Institute of Global Professional IGP, greetings from the Institute of Global Professional IGP. Thank you all for joining us with us till the end. Honorable Knowledge Seeker host for the evening, my name is Badhundash. I'm from Bangladesh, dear Knowledge Seeker, and I'm proud to be associated with IGP. IGP is a social and certified international educational and training institute. In last years, we already served 35 million plus knowledge seeker from 100 plus countries. IGP is internationally recognized and globally accredited. We are connected to more than 450 plus profession and 4,500 plus organization. In Institute of Global Professional is an education institute that provides social work globally recognized and reportable. We serve student community resource providing holistic social work and education. We believe that it's not effective to increase one skill just by acquiring formal education. So we provide effective training and consultation to generate proficient generation all over the world. We distribute our services locally, nationally, internationally to students, job seeker, job holder, and also for learner, the respective campus location and distance learning platform. We are an occupational and dependable institute. IGP is one of the famous online institutes from all over the world. Our vision is education is not a business product, it's a part of our human right. Based on our vision, we are trying to reach all corners of the world for free webinars, seminar courses, award, quiz competition, mentoring, and counseling, etc. On the other side, we are also trying to offer more than 100 premium services for free, like Redon Portfolio website, Resume Builder, cover letter, motivational letter, and one knowledge platform for gathering general knowledge which can update all day. Kids learning game, website, free course, convert sites, and many more. We help to empower you to learn to meet their expectation and dream and become highly skilled people. We implement our training program, webinar and offline online courses for you the learner by professional trainers, speaker, and coaches. Our sessions are conducted by globally renowned professionals to develop all kind of youth and to promote the education of their abilities and personality. Spreading knowledge is crucial for the Institute of Global Professional. We believe that knowledge is level, light, and vision. So we try to understand the needs of today's generation and we serve them with good research and practice method. We must have a genuine concern for the learner present. More diversity, growth, and innovation are required to lead a session with professionalism, passion, and integrity. IGP members are committed to offering effective best quality service and continual improvement so that individuals who seek information can improve their skill level and value. Before we move to the next, let me remind don't forget to share, tag, and mention your friend in the comment box. Your support is very valuable for us. Thank you. Before we move to the next, let me remind don't forget to share, tag, and mention your friend in the comment box. Your support is very valuable for us. Thank you. Moving to the next, with your continuous support, you already completed 2061 webinars successfully. Moving to your next, with your continuous support, you have already completed 2061 webinars successfully. Dear IGP speaker, participant, and well-wisher, at this moment is a very important message for you all. We change and design our website www.eduigp.com. On this website, we have surprise for everyone. Hope you will be benefited. We already launched our new website where you can find all our previous activities together with lots of new features. But one strong point is that without an account or login, you cannot create your account for us with profile information. Note that with profile information, you will enjoy all feature with mismatched data. You cannot do anything here. From now on, you have to participate in live quiz competition on our website. We replace slide. You have to join directly on our website. Now you can check all of our previous webinars with verified certificate. Now it's easier and time limited because after the session, we will not provide you any code for certification. You have to take part in one exam. After that, if you pass, you will receive your certificate, otherwise not. But you can take part in an exam unlimited till you pass. If you are an IGP speaker, you can download all your previous certificate, speakership certificate. If you are a host of IGP, you can download a certificate of gratitude. If you are an online live quiz competition winner, you can download a certificate of participation. If you are selected for a lifetime membership, then you can download a certificate of lifetime membership easily. Besides this, if you participate in an award function which organizes common support with IGP, you can download that also. You can easily prepare and download 18 tax certificate from our website within a minute. Certificate of Global Professional Membership, Certificate of Global Influence in the Pandemic, Certificate of Active Knowledge Seeker, Certificate of Social Activities in the Pandemic, Certificate of Achievement IGP Knowledge Seeking Campaign 2020, 2021, and 2022, Certificate of Participation Webinar Series 1, Authentic Assessment in Teaching Learning, Certificate of Participation Webinar Series 2. Teaching English as a foreign language and assessment, Certificate of Participation Webinar Series 3, Digital Classroom Engagement Tool, Certificate of Participation Webinar Series 4, the new trend in education. Certificate of Participation Webinar Series 5, Upskill Social Leadership and Managerial Skills, Certificate of Participation Webinar Series 6, Trend and Innovation in Mathematics Education, Certificate of Participation Webinar Series 7, Research Comprehension Approach, Certificate of Participation Webinar Series 8, Art and Teaching a Special Program in the Arts, Certificate of Participation Webinar Series 9, 21st Century Tooling Teaching Mathematics, Certificate of IGP Corporate Ambassador, Certificate of IGP Campus Ambassador, which you can prepare and download within a minute. From now on, you can participate in 1000 plus international level quiz with verified certificate. Teaching tips for teacher, health tips for parents, health tips for teach, education tools for teacher. You can join IGP alumni. You can check out our swim services website for free and many more. Dear IGP well wisher, we promise to previously, but lack of technical problem may late sending on time. This is a great opportunity to collect your previous condition. We solved all issue from our website. Now you can enroll, reset password, everything. You can check your dashboard for all webinar details. It's a cordial request to check our button and pages on our website. She like us to be benefited. Thank you, but note that without an account or login, you cannot enjoy our service. At present, we are going to start our 2062 webinar, which name is Classroom Management Tips for Teacher. And today our speaker's name is Arnold Ryan U. Mercado. He is from Philippines. Before I hand over this to our speaker, sir, must share a little bit about him. Teacher 3, Antipolo City Senior High School, Microsoft Innovative Educator, Science and Social Science Coach, Philippines. Now, very important moment for me to invite our speaker to IGP with his presentation. Now, very important moment for me to invite our speaker to IGP with his presentation. Hello, sir. Good evening.
Hello, ma'am. Good evening. Good evening, everyone, and good evening to our viewers and participants.
Sir, the stage is you. You can start your presentation now.
All right. Thank you. Thank you, ma'am. All right, everyone. So let's start our discussion and presentation for this webinar. And my topic is all about, classroom management. And of course, these are some tips for the teachers. And today, we're going to discuss another important topic, which is one of the main ingredients in for being a teacher, which is the classroom management. Remember, when you are teaching, or while teaching can be an incredibly rewarding profession, it can also be very difficult. Yes, it's really difficult. This is especially true for the first time or first year teachers. Many first year teachers go from being full of enthusiasm and energy to being completely overwhelmed by the tasks ahead. Also, most of the new teachers come to the profession with a vision of what teaching should look alike. They almost have the same vision on teaching. They're all excited about seeing that spark in their students' eye when they learn something new. However, my dear participants here, new teachers face so many challenges as as they prepare to teach the students they are assigned in their first position. Therefore, this idea or utopian idea coming from the new set of teachers quickly changes as the reality sets in. All right, there are few careers that make a bigger impact than teaching. Teachers are shaping the next generation, those that will decide what the future looks like. But this noble work as a teacher doesn't come without challenges. Many teachers face challenges both inside the classroom and outside the classroom, often making the career feel overwhelming. Most supervising teachers already have a grip on classroom management, and one of this is what we call discipline. Because of this, many new teachers feel completely unprepared for the task of dealing with classroom discipline. So discipline is a number one challenge for many new teachers. And to tell you the reality, discipline is really hard to implement nowadays. The first shock from the ideal teaching environment that most have in mind will be not all students are cooperative and kind. Also, many new students will simply not have the experience with classroom management and discipline. Another is juggling too many duties. Aside from the task of a teacher wears so many hats. New teachers can be completely overwhelmed when they realize that they are not only teachers, but we are also counselors, we are nurse, we are resource provider, mentor, data analyst, and many more. It's quite tricky for us to have the same tasks all together. And sometimes we are instructors, curriculum experts, and facilitator of learning. As a new teacher, you will get into shock because of these many duties that we have. Another is the what we call lack of teamwork and support. Unfortunately, my dear viewers, many new teachers go into their first teaching job to find that they are completely on their own in navigating the rough waters of the first year of teaching. In addition, many schools do not provide the teachers with adequate resources to teach the required curriculum. So, this is one of the challenges. Another is what we call differentiation. Many teachers, especially the new ones, have no doubt been taught in their undergraduate programs how important differentiation is. On top of looking for their own instructional materials, these teachers must also find materials that will meet the needs of a wide variety of abilities and the learning styles of our students. Another challenge is too much paperwork. It is difficult enough for veteran teachers to manage. If veteran teachers really hard to manage these things, what will happen to the new teachers? It can be nearly impossible for new teachers. Lesson plans, data analysis, maintaining the reports, accomplishment reports, documentations for a different variety of purposes, and many more are some of the examples that a teacher should perform for paperworks. Then another challenge is what we call feeling inadequate. Many of the new teachers can be left feeling very inadequate and as if their efforts are for nothing. It's really difficult for the first year teachers to see significant learning gains while dealing with all of this. Many begin to feel that they may have chosen the wrong path. See, my dear viewers and participants, it's really hard for all of us to perform different tasks, to settle our minds, to have a preparatory stage before we get through to our teaching. So again, challenges are all obstacles to perform as well. But sometimes these challenges of a new teacher helps them to grow. And with that, let's continue. The challenges teachers face in the classroom today. While the rewards often outweigh the negatives, it's still important to understand the daily challenges the teachers face. It can help the parents, it can help the administrators for the better support, and of course for the teachers, and help the teachers know what or that they are not alone in their struggles. Okay, so what are the ways? First, there you are, understanding the different learning styles. Of course, as a teacher, we are really required to think strategies in doing the lesson plans, in implementing our lesson for those different learners. You need to understand the different learning styles. Remember, a single classroom most often contains students which are wide set of learning abilities and styles. It is nearly impossible for the teachers to simply use one teaching method and have it be effective for all of their learners. Teachers are also required to think strategically when making lessons. Although this can take a lot of time and effort on the teacher's end, but the benefits for the student's performance are unbeatable. So another challenge is the lack of effective communication. Teachers can also face significant challenges when trying to communicate with their students effectively. Not every student, my dear viewers, especially at the lower grade levels, will know when to ask for help. For example, most high school students are able to effectively communicate their needs, their struggles, and their triumphs. However, teachers with younger grade levels may not have the same experience. In cases like that, teachers have to find an effective channel of communication so that their classroom can function well. Now, there's not one answer to this problem. Teachers may need to use different strategies depending on the age of their learners or students. Particularly for teachers that teach multiple grades, this can be a time consuming task. Finding a system to improve communication in the class can not only help struggling students to get the support, but it can also help the teachers manage multiple students' needs at once. Another challenge is staying up to date with learning technology. And there's a lot of pressure on teachers to constantly stay up to date with the latest technology. Most believe that the latest and greatest tools will provide the best quality education. But there is an often lack of funding, resources, or the time to implement every new technology as it was introduced. Another challenge is the communicating with the parents or communication with the parents. When parents take an active part in their children's learning, that student is much more likely to succeed. So this is another issue which also extends to intrapersonal relationships. Students will often feel comfortable turning to a teacher in their time of need when it's emotional support they are looking for instead of academic support. However, this dynamic can put a lot of pressure on a teacher. The relationship can be tricky to navigate, and teachers often don't have enough hours in the day to check in and talk with every student. So, therefore, students need to be fully supported both in school and at home in order to have the best chance of success. Another challenge is pressure coming from the school administrators, school leaders. Teachers are seen as exclusively responsible for the student achievement, for the growth, indicators, professional development, and discipline. With so much on a teacher's plate, a supportive school administration can make a world of difference to both their success and student success. Okay, another, creating engaging lesson plans that fit the curriculum. And beyond just being engaging, time constraints can also be an issue. While there is a syllabus or set of topics for that subject and course schedule to stick to, students will often need additional time to fully grasp a subject. Oftentimes, the school will outline a detailed curriculum for the school year, giving a jam-packed schedule for all the topics that need to be covered in a particular year. Teachers need to rely heavily on problem solving in order to maximize their time inside the classroom. One more. Additionally, with larger class size, can be difficult to ensure every student is getting the support they need to fully understand a lesson. Teachers may work incredibly um, to create a great lesson plan that just not doesn't resonate with all of their students. So see, again, there's a lot of ways and we have a lot more here. Let's continue. Another is behavior and the classroom management. Creating distinct behavioral and academic plans can help the teachers stay on track and meet their educational goals as the school year progresses. But this doesn't happen without a lot of work and support from the admin, parents, and other educational professionals. Oftentimes, motivating students with engaging lessons can be enough to manage students' behavior in the classroom. But in some cases, students may need more support to manage behavioral issues and create a growth mindset. So that's the really wrong culture that the parents performing as of now. They leave the children or their child inside the school and that's it. No more. No more additional tasks or no more additional assistance that will provide to the learner. Another one is the time consuming administrative work. The overwhelming amount of administrative work on a teacher's plate can adversely affect their work life balance, as they are often required to spend time outside of the working hours, grading the assignments, creating lesson plans, filling out reports, and more. And in order to get everything done, some teachers are faced with the question of whether to give up their personal time or their time with students to complete administrative work. While they are always looking for ways to streamline their administrative work, they are often seems to be no good answer. So see? Next, lack of funding. All right. So for most public schools here in our country, Philippines, there's an issue with funding. Teachers are the ones that are expected to get creative and make do with the resources that they do have. Beyond just lack of classroom materials, here in our country, underfunding can also lead to the inability to hire enough teachers. Oftentimes, this is remedied by increasing class sizes. While it may seem like the only solution, class can be negatively impact to the classroom experiences. It leaves also less time for individualized teaching and one-on-one time with the teacher. This can also lower the quality of learning and have a negative impact on students' learning. It also negatively impacts the teachers, with them always feeling behind and overworked. Okay, another is what we call burnout. So be and there's an emotional element, as they know that their work is shaping the lives in the future. When the high demand from all their job responsibilities, teachers commonly experience burnout. Some of the common symptoms of burnout includes the following. Number one, feeling drained after working on lesson plans, dreading going to work, lacking the motivation to be productive. Teachers should try to have the best work-life balance as possible in order to avoid burnout. But this can prove difficult with so many. Like for example, relationships on their plate. The admin or the administrators and parents need to take an active role in education in order to help prevent the teacher burnout. Okay, now let's go with the effective classroom management. All right. So, effective classroom management is necessary for all the teachers and facilitators. Even you're in our department here in the Philippines Department of Education and you have rendered 30 years, still that's not the basis for promotions. Another one, not only does class management include how the teachers delivers the curriculum, but also how the students interact with the teacher and with others in the classroom, and extends to the classroom environment in which the students learn as well. All right, classroom management. Let us define and give the meaning of the classroom management. Classroom management refers to the wide variety, meaning to say wide variety of skills and techniques the teachers use to keep students organized, orderly, focused, attentive on tasks, and academically productive during a class. Now, also, classroom management is an ongoing process of managing students' behavior. It's a multi-factor process. Okay, now let us first know the benefits of the classroom management. First is learners learn best in a safe and secure environment. Another, it saves time and effort for the teacher. The last one is it's easier to engage the students and get them on task. Classroom management for the new teachers. Take a look at the picture here to all viewers and participants. First is reach out to the veteran teachers. Also, make a list. Number three, ask for help. Number four, establish the clear expectations. Five is be present. Six is be consistent. Seven, develop relationship with students. And eight, there you are, scheduling some downtown. Okay, let's deepening about those ways. First is reach out to the veteran. There you are. As new teachers are tackling all these rocks, the guidance of the veteran teachers can be invaluable. Reach out to someone and ask for advice. They can provide many tips and tricks from all their years of experience. They can also help with resources for the materials. By reaching out to other teachers, there will be new relationships can be bought or can be produced professionally and emotionally. Okay, another is make lists for all the forms, data, records, and other daily tasks. New teachers can get organized by creating some list to check off every day. So for me, even as a veteran teacher, I can also keep with all the tasks even if I don't have a list. Between progress monitoring, grade cards, marking papers and recording, grades, progress report, keeping in contact with the parents, weekly class newsletters, etc. Ask for help here. Ask for help. New teachers cannot be afraid to do this. They need to know what they can go to their principal, assistant principal, or so whatever. Most administrators know how everything, all the challenges are. But for some new teachers and are willing to provide some relief from the weight of the obstacles. So that's it. Next, establish clear expectation. Okay, for a while, new teachers must make sure that their expectations are made very clear from the beginning. Can be very helpful to have the parents meeting early on the school year to let parents know what the rules and procedures are for the classroom. For the parents who cannot make it, and of course, teachers can give them a positive, upbeat phone call to introduce themselves and let them know. That's a simple way of showing respect to them and being so um, giver of new culture. All right, let's continue. Again, classroom management for new teachers. Take a look of be present. It may sound simple and obvious, but the teacher's presence just by walking around the room and monitoring can make a um, huge difference in preventing misbehavior and disruption. Can also help the students to stay on task. Another great idea is to greet the students at the door of the beginning of every day or class period. This conveys a message to the students that the teacher is excited and enthusiastic about the day ahead, which can be contagious. Another one, be consistent. Whatever the rule or procedure, teachers must be sure to be consistent in enforcing them. Students find comfort and security in consistency. Another one is develop relationship with students. I believe this is one of the most important tips for the new teachers and veteran teachers. as discipline can be the most overwhelming and discouraging part of teaching. Developing sincere and genuine relationships with students can make a huge difference in how the classroom operates and the overall classroom environment. As teachers invest in these relationships, students quickly learn that the greater genuinely, of course, cares for them. It is much harder for a student to disregard distractions or lack effort when there is strong connection between student and a teacher. Another one is schedule some downtime. For many teachers, this is essential, but so many that are brand new to the profession burn out very quickly. This is the reason that we lose so many young teachers early on their careers. The new teacher cannot spend all their time on their job, even though there is easily enough work to fill up every minute of your day and still not to get everything done. But to prevent this, the the novice teachers must take some time to walk away from those talks or from those tasks. They must learn to sometimes put down the stock of the papers or the plan book and watch a favorite show, curl up with a good boy, or spend time with friends and family. This can be like a reset button for us teachers. Walk away and get renewed, rested, and ready for rewarding experiences ahead. All right. Okay. Now let's go with some management and techniques in terms of inside the classroom. For a while. Okay, let's continue. Students race between desks. So that's a big challenge. Disruptive behavior doesn't have to be this dramatic, like a movie scene you watch in a media literacy lesson, but poor classroom management will almost assuredly elevate your stress and burnout rates. Unfortunately, there is a program or research conducted. 2019 report indicates that teachers overwhelmingly report a lack of professional development support in improving classroom management. Despite this unideal situation, there is a straightforward and effective classroom management approaches you can implement by yourself. These approaches can enhance um, pro-social student behavior and academic engagement, establishing an orderly learning environment. All right. We have first the universal classroom or management strategies for education. So simply just improve the behavior, relationships for a better classroom community, mobile phones during break time. So that's it. Another, you also make a model ideal behavior. So when we say model ideal behavior, makes make a habit of demonstrating behavior you want to see. As many studies show that modeling effectively teaches the students how to be scratch in different. Okay, so we have here on your screen is the model ideal behavior. So here we will use polite language, like for example, opo, etc. Maintain eye contact with him or her. Then another one is keep your phones in your pockets. Then let one another speak. There you are. All right. Another. Keep phones in your pockets also. One another speak interrupted. Then raise concerns about one's another's statements in a respectful manner or a debate form. Then when you arrive inside the classroom, after that, start a class discussion to list and expand upon the ideal behaviors exemplified. Let students or licensure for all secondary teachers who are aiming for something. Okay, another is the document rules. Don't let your mutually respected guidance to forgotten. Similar to hand, handing out of a syllabus, print and distribute the list of rules that the class discuss generated. Then go through the list with your students. Doing this, emphasizing the fact that you respect their ideas and intend to adhere to them. And when a student breaks a rule, it will be easy for them to replace it because there's always rule of property custodians. When it get lost, the paper will be attached to her. All right, let's continue. Avoid punishing the class. Okay, you always address the isolated discipline problems individually instead of punishing an entire class, as the latter can hurt your relationship with students who are on task and thereby jeopardizing other classroom management efforts. Instead, call out specific students in a friendly manner. For example, so we can use this. Do you have a question? Stop. If not, stop talking and disrupting other students. Then, do you need help in focusing? Not pay attention and stool and stop fooling around while I'm talking. This basic approach will allow you to keep a friendly disposition. So again, try to download the soft copy here. The next, encourage initiative. For example, if you're reading a specific chapter in a textbook, the activity will they read the following. One, when they deliver their subsequent presentations to preview the next chapter on your behalf, you may find that the other students want a bit more work as well. Offer praises. Perhaps more importantly, it encourages students to repeat positive behavior. Then, therefore, praising his or her use of specific tactics should go a long way in ensuring that he or she continues to use these tactics. Not to mention, you will also motivate the other students to do the same. Now, we also have the use of nonverbal communication. Many differentiated instructional strategies and techniques are rooted in this communication. For example, running learning stations divided sections of your classroom through which the students rotate. So that's an example of not differentiated instruction, but there there's a lot of activities that the learners should learn from as teachers. Another, this includes, of course, the video, infographics, and physical objects such as counting coins. Then, of course, another problem is hold parties. Even if it has 20 or 30 minutes, they should be happy with snacks and a selection of group games to play. Clarify that you're holding the party to reward them and they can earn future parties by demonstrating ideal behavior, collectively scoring high on assessments, and of course, more. Okay, that's it for a while. All right, so let's continue. Give tangible rewards. All right. Let's say for example, a few students are actively listening throughout the entire lesson, answering questions and asking their own. Before the class ends, walk over to their desks or tables to give them the raffle tickets. So others can learn, state aloud what your statement did to earn the tickets. Then they can also submit their tickets for a shot at a price that changes each a week, from candy to being able to choose a game for the next class party. Okay. Make positive letters and phone calls. When the occasion arises from the academic effort of behavioral progress, letting the parents know has a trickle down effect. They will generally congratulate their kids. Their kids will also likely come to the class eager to each more positive feedback. This can also entice the parents to grow more invested in a child's learning, opening the door to at home lessons. So there's a lot. Another is build excitement for content and lesson plans. As the bell rings and students settle, go through an agenda of the day's highlights for the whole class. This could include the group tasks, engaging bits of content, and anything else to pique curiosity. How to talk like you're a teacher. So just practice secure structure. Why you don't know anyone who's won the lottery? So let the students learn the probability. Then another, what who all the presidents of the United States have had in common? Mm-hmm. They're all smoking, possible, etc. Okay. The goal of this classroom management technique is to immediately interest the students in your agenda and thereby dissuade misbehavior. All right. Also, you offer different types of free study time. You can do this by dividing your class into clearly sectioned solo and team activities. In separate sections, consider, let's say, for example, providing audiobooks which can play material relevant to your lessons. Another group will maintain a designated quiet space for students to take notes and complete the work. Another group may be create a station from the challenging group games that reach or reinforce standards aligned skills. Another, allowing the students to work in groups while taking notes and completing work away from quiet zones. By running these sorts of activities, free study time will begin to benefit diverse learners. This should contribute to overall classroom engagement. Another is write group contracts. Group contracts should be based on expectations that the students have for each other and you have for them. You can gather the class thoughts by holding a discussion about what the ideal group members does and how he or she acts. Once you're written in the contract, encourage students to come up with consequences for violating the expect- expectations. By having them sign a fresh version of the contract before each group task and project, you're empowering them to hold each other accountable. Assign open-ended projects. This starts by giving the class list of broad project ideas, asking each student to choose one. Be sure to provide a rubric for each project that clearly defines um, the expectations. Challenging students, you should notice they will work and learn at their own paces. Then engage actively with appropriate content, demonstrate knowledge or as effectively as possible. But with these benefits, students may actually look um, forward to taking on new projects or new tasks. All right. So now let's give two scores for informal assessments. Okay. Next, classroom management strategies for individual students. So this time we're done with the teachers. This time is for the first time of our students or pupils. First, use edtech that adjusts to each student. There are many games and platforms that use adaptive learning principles to detect a given student skills deficits, serving them content to help overcome them. All right, next, we have interview students. First question will be what helps them focus. Second is who they work well within. Another is their favorite types of lesson is um, semi-detailed format, possible. Their favorite in-class activities, which kind of exercise help them remember the lesson points. So that's it. Again, interview is an example, and that's it. Okay, next is address inappropriately on and off task behavior quickly. So with this, okay, for a while, acting sooner than later will help ensure the negative feelings, whether it's between the students or you and as a student, won't faster. Failure to act can result in poor behavior, leading to needlessly difficult um, conversations. But keep in mind, it is usually best to talk to the students in private. Shows that punishing students in front of peers has limited value. Then another is consider the peer teaching. Authoritative research states that tutors improve self-esteem and interpersonal skills by giving feedback. Then the tutees realize benefits because as they can ask questions and receive immediate clarification. All right? Next, gamify personal learning plans. Okay? Like for example, you will play Mobile Legends. So therefore the content, the styles can be an anime character. Okay? Then classroom management again. Remember that classroom management is mentors and strategies an educator uses to maintain a classroom environment that is conducive to student success and, of course, learning. It involves the effective use of your of the time in the classroom to be as productive as a um, viewer. All right, next, classroom management strategies. Always remember to lead your class. Lead. And your mantra is, it can be your name. Hello, I'm Sir Arnold. There you are. And I am the teacher. I am the teacher. So see, this is an example. Next, practice. After lead, practice. Practice consistency. If the rules are set, follow through with the consequences. Next, engage. Engage your students in creating best practices policy for the classroom. D, demonstrate. Demonstrate the acceptable behavior. Treat the students with the same respect and of course was demanded. All right. Next, play a game to demonstrate the need for the rules. Divide the class into groups. Another is play Scrabble, etc. Then another, we have the switch activities of the students get out of control. Then also the signal have a signal that shows the class they are up for the task. Writing communication, know your expectations, write them out before the class shows up. Then of course, communicate your expectations to the class. Display them, discuss them. Another one is have a teammate or have a team up. Team up with the others in the classroom as another. Setting guidelines for the classroom will help develop the respect that is needed so students can do their best. All right. Observe and ask. Observe a teacher who has good classroom management skills. Then you can borrow the best practices that you have witnessed. Another, we have ask co-teachers for ideas or help. Ask them to come back, observe you, and give all right. Learn, listen, and watch. Learn the triggers for when the class gets chaotic. Avoid or limit those triggers in the classroom. Another, listen to the students. If a student is expressing a certain behavior, address it quickly. Another, watch to see what engages the students. Start using more of those teaching techniques. Another is reward and motivate. So this is one of my favorites. Remember, reward the good behavior. You can also use this for recitations, etc. So reward and motivate rewards good behavior. Motivate the students, build a relationship with the students, motivate them to reach beyond. All right. Now let's talk about the techniques of achieving good class management. Okay, let's continue. All right. First is the body language and the physical proximity of the teacher. Remember that nonverbal communication can sometimes do the miracles. Always remember, use facial expressions, use hand gestures and body motions. You can also use the audible voice, vary your voice tones, vary the speed of your speech, and keep eye contact with others. Get into their space to give aid. So that's it. Remember that body language is really important because on the eyes of our learners, we are perfect. But sometimes we create mistakes. So therefore, it can be replaced by practice. Practice and practice until you, all right, succeed and have progression. Okay? Next. Now, you always set the rules and routines. In the first day of the class, you should perform setting rules and routines. Teachers need to establish some class rules to get the discipline. Teachers set routines for collecting the homeworks, distributing worksheets, checking attendance, and many more. Maintain the students' dignity and self-esteem and encourage them to be responsible for their own behavior. Then another one is offer the praises and, of course, give incentives. Praising the learners or giving them the incentives when they do good things means that you expect them to do this behavior more and more. All right. When a teacher misbehave, use verbal punishment with words of disappointment that lead them to behave well in the future. Avoid using physical punishment. Another is a good lesson plan. Remember, those teachers must always be prepared with some extra activities or extension that reinforce a certain skill uh, on one hand and keep the learners busy on the other hand. Also, have a good time management and transition time to make it decreasing in terms of the time or transaction time. Another is control the class energy. We teachers use energizers, and of course, our learners are really enjoying it. But in junior high school, remember that to activate the learners, teachers play energetic games with them. Then the teachers, of course, calm learners down by using setting activities like telling story, listening to a song, drawing or writing activities. So the frontal teaching and group dynamics. So as you can see on frontal teaching, we have three desks or three tables here. Our learners will sit here or with some chair. Then of course, group dynamics. So again, the teacher is in front, but the group was already divided. Then the teacher, you should be a strong person, have a strong personality. And last one is teacher. So teacher, why teacher? So later we will try. But again, being a teacher is really important. Okay, the frontal teaching occurs when the teacher decreases the whole group who respond in union or one by one. So for those newer approaches to teaching languages, make a class activities much more communicative and efficient. Okay, learners' involvement in activities. This might help you. First, ask yourself, how can the teachers increase learners' involvement and participation? So, these are some of the options that you can perform. Arrange the seating of learners in a way that enables the interaction. Another one is give clear instructions. Next, relate the material to students' lives, experiences, and current events. Then the pace of instruction is best if it is fast. All right. Thank you. Then another is engage students in group work and role playing as misbehavior happens because students find acting out more interesting than a boring lesson. Most important is what we call the teacher student rapport. Some teachers tend to create a strong bond with their students on the expanse of class control, while others do exactly the opposite. Remember, as a teachers, we are expected to be understanding, helpful, but sometimes, however, we are strict, firm, and setting the rules and regulations. Sarcasm and humiliation are to be avoided soon. Some tips for rapport building: calling your students by their name. So again, your assignment is to know the names of your classmates. Next, repeat and paraphrase students' answers. So this shows that you were attentively listening. The next, use eye contact, nonverbal cues such as a nod and facial expression to indicate that you're interested. Another, reward the students with verbal praises. Then, last one is let students know you care about them attending an outside class activity that they are in, um, like sporting events and a play, of course. Next, if you are not sure of what the student is asking about, ask some questions which will help you clarify it. Then don't say it. Right? Okay, now let me present to you good classroom management is also an important factor related to dealing with disruptive behavior effectively. So, see, again, examples of disruptive behaviors. For example, on your screen, we have clowning. The behavior of our learners is clowning. So, let us explain why. Acting like a clown to attract more attention. Then, the suggestion, remedy, or solution is give him one private warning, then hold a private meeting with the student, discuss alternatives to gain class attention. Then another, refusal behavior, refusing to attempt a written assignment. Again, my dear viewers and participants, offering help to the students show a caring attitude. And of course, it look for possible reasons for this misbehavior. Then he might be having troubles or some kind of disabilities. And it offers encouragement for efforts made. Next, last part is hyperactivity behavior. Explanation is moving all the time, not just because to concentrate nor to play or nor to pay attention. So, what's the remedy or solution for hyperactivity? Number one is show care and passion. Number two, praise acceptance behavior and ignore unacceptable ones. Last one, assign responsibilities that use his hyperactivity. So with this, always remember, my dear viewers and participants, that classroom management is somehow basic in our minds, but when we are really doing it, it's really hard to establish to our learners, to our parents, to our colleagues. So again, there's a lot of means as a teacher. We are always creative and innovative. With that, thank you so much, everyone, and hopefully you've learned a lot from our session. And thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, IGP.
Thank you so much, sir, for a rich content presentation which can impact our knowledge seekers surely. After your presentation, I hope our knowledge seeker can learn something new, which was our only intention. Learn and grow together, IGP knowledge seeker. Once again, thank you so much, sir, for your presentation. Now, sir, it's time for our question answer session, which is the one more valuable part of our regular webinar. Honorable sir, please stay with us. After a short video, we will back in our session part 2, which is the question answer part. Dear IGP knowledge seeker, please ask your question in the comment box as much as Brahma speaker, thank you. After question answer, we have an webinar certification and online quiz competition. Dear IGP knowledge seeker, please ask your question in the comment box as much as you want to know from our speaker. Thank you. After question answer, we have an webinar certification and online quiz competition. Welcome back, sir. Welcome back to our participant. Dear IGP knowledge seeker, please ask your question in the comment box as much as you want to know from our speaker. Thank you. After question answer, we have a webinar certification and online quiz competition. Dear IGP knowledge seeker, please ask your question in the comment box as much as you want to know from our speaker. Thank you. After question answer, we have a webinar certification and online quiz competition. think after a wonderful presentation, our participant can understand the topic very clearly. That's why no questions from our participants. So once again, thank you so much, sir, for your time in IGP. We have to learn a lot from you with new topic. It will add some value to our day-to-day activity along with our academic and professional growth. Honorable sir, hope to see you again with a new topic and a new date. Thank you, sir. Take care.
Thank you, IGP. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you, viewers and participants. Hope to see you again on our next session for the upcoming month. Thank you, IGP.
Welcome, sir. Honorable sir, before we move to the next, if you want to leave this studio, you can.
I'll be leaving the session. So again, good luck to our participants and perfect the quiz. All right. Thank you.
Welcome, sir. Dear IGP Knowledge Seeker, it's time for the webinar certification process, the most attractive and powerful part of our regular webinar. After a short video, we will start our webinar certification. After webinar certification, we have an online quiz competition and quiz certification. Dear IGP Knowledge Seeker, it's time for the webinar certification process, the most attractive and powerful part of our regular webinar. After a short video, we will start our webinar certification. After webinar certification, we have an online quiz competition and quiz certification. Certification process. Visit www.eduigp.com. Please make sure your presence on our website. Find a learning session and get enrolled. After watching community part 1, move to the next to the learning test passing mark 80%. If pass, back to the course again to download your certificate. If failed to retake the quiz, download your certificate in PDF or JPG. For your attention, I'm going to share the procedure again. Visit www.eduigp.com. Please make sure your presence on our website. Find a learning session and get enrolled. After watching community part 1, move to the next to the learning test passing mark 80%. If pass, back to the course again to download a certificate. If failed to retake the quiz, download a certificate in PDF or JPG. Dear IGP Knowledge Seeker, it's time for the most engaging part of this webinar, which is an online quiz competition, which is our regular webinar activity. We change a few processes for online quiz competition. Note that after live, no one can participate. Now, time for the online quiz competition. To join the online quiz competition properly, please follow my instruction carefully. Now, time for the online quiz competition. To join the online quiz competition properly, please follow my instruction carefully. Visit www.eduigp.com and sign up or sign in. Without this, you cannot join live quiz competition anymore. Browse the live quiz button and give a link for the session name and join with your logged website or user account. Click join and wait for a few minutes for others to join. Enjoy another live quiz competition. After the quiz, we will issue certificate for top 10 as previously, which you can find on official Facebook page and group Institute of Global Professional. After a short video, we will start our quiz session. With 25 people, we are going to start our quiz session right now. First question is, what are some tips for classroom management? Option 1, overplan. Option 2, have no rules. Option 1 is the right answer. 67% people are right here. Our second question is, Teacher never use gesture for classroom management. Is it true or false? Option 2 is the right answer. 95% people are right here. Our third question is, how many tips are given for classroom management? Option 1 4, option 2 5. Option 2 is the right answer. 45% people are right here. Our next question is, there are some tips for classroom management, including, is it option 1 or option 2? Option 2 is the right answer. 95% people are right here. Our next question is, classroom management is usually easy for teacher. Is it true or false? Option 2 is the right answer. 64% people are right here. Our next question is, providing teacher with suggestion for effective classroom management. Is it option 1 or option 2? Option 1 is the right answer. 100% people are right here. Our next question is, what are the main tips for classroom management? Is it option 1 or option 2? Option 2 is the right answer. 79% people are right here. Our eighth question is, how many tips I have mentioned for classroom management? Option 1 2, option 2 4. Option 2 is the right answer. 96% people are right here. Our second last question of the session is, what two types for effective classroom management? Is it option 1 or option 2? Option 2 is the right answer. 96% people are right here. Our last and final question of the session is, what two tips for effective classroom management? Is it option 1 or option 2? Option 1 is the right answer. 96% people are right here. Congratulations to our online quiz competition winner top 10. Congratulations again. We will take a few minutes for finalizing the result. After that, we will issue our online quiz competition certificate on official Facebook page and group Institute of Global Professional. Congratulations to our online quiz competition winner top 10. Congratulations again. We will take a few minutes for finalizing the result. After that, we will issue our online quiz competition certificate on official Facebook page and group Institute of Global Professional. Congratulations to our online quiz competition in the top 10. Congratulations again. We will take a few minutes for finalizing the result. After that, we will issue our online quiz competition certificate on official Facebook page and group Institute of Global Professional. At the end of our session, we can say properly fit your skill. Never stop learning, cause life never stop teaching us. Be happy as to save. See you again and again. We want your participation in every program. If you want to live a happy life, try to a goal, not a people or things. Albert Einstein. Before I say hit the like button, again wants to thank all IGP knowledge seekers for your active participation as always. See you again in the next session. Thank you.